New season had approached and the exciting football season had finally arrived. Going through the roller coaster up and down with the transfer window, we have witnessed some blockbuster mega money move, including surprising move and detriment clubs who seek to reinforce their squad but rejected multiple times by their desired players. You know. However, with one match pass since the football season had started in the Premier League, there were some highly anticipated matches like Man United vs Arsenal as the opener, and also the wholesome moments like Liverpool paying a tribute to Diogo Jota. On the other side of things, there were some footballers in this season under some variable factors required to prove their worthiness in the whole new season, either due to a price tag bought their respective teams or inconsistent performance led to a terrible result last season. So in this video, we'll have a look on some of the footballers with their circumstance needed to prove or deliver in this season. In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marvin, codename. Welcome to the Man Utd channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumble into this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your precious subscription will be a massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring the notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. First one can be a one controversy one, will be Victor Gyökeres. The mask-wearing gunsman before joining Arsenal viewed to be the most dangerous striker in Europe, obtaining bonkers numbers in his 2 seasons with Sporting. Adding to the creams on the crops, he would not just showcase in the Portuguese league, rather in the Champions League against Man City, where he scored a hat-trick, illustrated the Swedish not just able to score in the weaker league. However, due to Gyökeres' predecessors like Nunes, João Felix and Gonzalo Ramos, all of these players contain impressive number in their Liga Portugal team, combining have humongous price tag move to other clubs, but they unable to further flourish after the move to the other teams. This made a heavy doubt on footballers, particular strikers, may see as a step adders in the Portuguese league, and in the transfer window, Gyökeres initially can be described by many clubs that was eager to have his signature on the dotted line. But the opposite happened. Knowing that Sporting were asking a huge fee for his service, aside from this, his agent seeking for a bigger fee, another key factor that pushed a lot of candidates club. In the end, Arsenal pulled the trigger, signing him under £55 million, a potential rising to the £63.5 million, can be said almost 50% lower than expected £100 million fees than many expected price. With the acquisition of Gyökeres meant that Arsenal finally have a true centre forward they had been craving since the departure of Aubameyang and Lacazette. In the preseason, Gyökeres was decent at best, do score a wonderful header from a Zubermendi cross, but overall preseason was meh. Looks to slowly but gradually understand the system implemented by Arteta. His lackluster performance even secured a joke that he had more hair flicks than his actual on-pitch flicks. Coming onto the season opener, all eyes on Man United vs Arsenal in Old Trafford battleground between both blockbuster transfer of Gyökeres and Sesko. While Sesko did not start the match, the former Sporting striker on the match was completely ineffective, barely sniffed on the ball, or in short, completely nullified by the lead, showed a clear discomfort when it comes to physical battle. This match exposed the La Liga Portugal and the Premier League were on a different level in terms of skill level, physical level and intensity. Despite this was just one match, Gyökeres must still need time. Who knows, once his goal was obtained, he will transform into the previous mask-wearing Gyökeres. Overall in this season, he will have to deliver despite this is just his first season. Next one, moving to the opponent, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, old story every season with the same old question. Is Bruno Fernandes the de facto captain or the legitimate captain that capable to bring Man United to another level? But hear me out, this time around will be quite different because of one big question need to address. Where does Bruno Fernandes fit into Ruben Amorim's double pivot midfield system? We all know the story for Bruno. His best position will be the pocket of the attack, the number 10 advanced playmaker, where his passing range, killer pass and goal threat will be of full display. However, in Amorim's system that utilize not one but 2 different sides of inside forward act as a more like a dual 10 number 10, whereby in current Man United both positions were effectively being took up by the new signing of Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo. This made the Portuguese maestro do not have a position up front for him, while Amorim consistently tried out Bruno at the pivot in which Bruno Fernandes was versatile enough to play on a deeper position, usually act as the go-to candidate to receive the ball from deep and then dictate the play, either linking up with other players or up the tempo, swinging long pass to the wingers. But there was a massive hole playing the Man United captain in the role. Although Bruno was a highly versatile as a midfielder, in fact he can be world-class playing as a number 10 or a secondary striker. Playing Bruno in a deeper role mitigates effectiveness going from world-class to probably above average. This was because playing deeper role requires some traits shared among the top-class footballers that played that role, which was press-resistant, disciplined and patient. Aside from press-resistant, where Bruno can be very high-level in that aspect, the other two were more than desired or even worse, never associated with him. Bruno instead of linking the play and moving the opponent movement patiently and then release the piercing pass, Bruno was trigger happy the moment he saw the runners up front. Without any hesitation, he immediately receives the pass. The act contained a high possibility for turnover, besides might also lead to wasted possession. Furthermore, Bruno's tendency to roam across all pitch to praise his work rate and the willingness to press opponent relentlessly. This actually meant the Portugal international was not disciplined, as his roaming man space or shape formation can be disrupted. In addition, his deeper position meant defensive line will be far more exposed compared with him on a more advanced position. So in this season, will be a make or break time for Bruno to prove whether he can maintain his value, illustrated a more mature side of him. If not, his negative trait could further make him increasing possibility to be removed from Man United. Lastly, might be a more surprising one, will be Phil Foden. Last season will be the season Man City wanted to forget, as the squad hit a significant injury bug like Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne both suffered some injury hampering their appearance. This injury caused massive issue for the Sky Blue team, as Rodri injury meant that they missed the most crucial player for both defensive and offensive. Even though Man City contain high-level midfielders like Kovacic and Nunes, both contain their fair share of pros and cons, hence unable to replicate Rodri. On the KDB side, age and long period of maintaining high level of football caught up to the Belgian international. Even the previous season, the KDB has suffered multiple injuries, causing the midfield lacking in creative output. Fortunately, Man City golden boy Phil Foden was more than happy to take over the mantle. Phil Foden in the 23-24 season took up the attack midfielder role on the number 10 role and flourished like never before. Because Foden often played either both wings or even moved in the more deeper role as a centre midfielder, but Foden stepped up, played some of the best game as a number 10, secured double digit in goals and assists. His performance led Man City to the 4th consecutive Premier League title, and he himself won the Player of the Year award. Moving to the last season was another story. Foden, instead of continuing his amazing form that many anticipated, he crumbled on new expectation. At the same time, the opponent this time around have tactics focused limiting his impact. This made Foden go on many matches without any goals or assist contribution in his account. Coming to this season, Man City see multiple changes, especially their midfield, like long-time servant KDB left for Napoli. Incoming some of the highly rated midfielders like Reindeers, Shirky be the eye-catching one. Both additions made Foden's status in the Man City role diminish slightly, and adding difficulty in the match against Wolves, where Man City won 4-0, whereby Foden did not participate due to the picking up an ankle knock. Both signings made hit the ground running. Reindeers showcased his goal scoring ability and energetic ground coverage brought from AC Milan. Shirky, on the other hand, showed his creative flair and providing the assist. Foden in Man City looked far more shakier, and Foden compared to the both do show the obvious downside. Foden possessed the highly technical aspect but lacked the flair creative output of Shirky, but Foden also hardworking midfielder but do not have the energetic and space mitigator like Reindeer. But the Englishman best both of them in terms of versatility. In short, a new season incoming, the departure of KDB on paper would release Foden to the new heights, but new signing make the competition a heavy one. Thus make him either to embrace the whole new challenges or eventually got take over, left him almost no position for him. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? In your books, which footballers in the new season have to prove themselves, or else they will face massive backlash or criticism by pundits and fans? Comment down below so they can have a discussion. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next one.